When we speak about nationalities, it doesn't seem to be difficult, at least in other languages. But unfortunately, not in Russian. I hear a lot of mistakes that people make when they talk about it. For example, you want to say, I'm Spanish, and you're saying, я испанский. Is it correct? No. And why? Let me explain it to you now. The thing is, in Russian, we have a few words for one English word Spanish. First, the actual word that describes the nationality. It'll be three different forms. Испанец for masculine, испанка for feminine, and испанцы for plural, in general, Spanish people. And the second one will be the adjective that describes any Spanish thing. Here we will have four forms as any other adjective in Russian. Испанский, испанская, испанская, and испанские. Like this, it'll be испанский язык, испанская музыка, испанское вино, and испанские фильмы. And you see where the problem is. For one English word Spanish, we have 7 different words. And not counting these words in different cases, because for any other case, we will change the endings, so the word also will look differently. That's the problem, and not about for Spanish, but for any other adjective and for any other nationality. I don't want to scare you in any case. I just want to teach you how to use this one correctly and how to use other words also correctly. Okay, then let's take English. For the nationality, again, 3 words. Англичанин, англичанка, англичане. And for the adjective, английский, plus all these forms. Английская, английская, английские. For every adjective, it'll be just the same. For instance, here we can say англичане очень образованные люди. Or я изучаю английский язык. But what would I say if I need to say I speak English? Look at these options. Я говорю английский язык. Я говорю по-английски язык. And я говорю по-английски. Which option would you choose? If you chose the last one, я говорю по-английски, congratulations, you are correct. Because that's the only way how we can say it correctly. Я говорю по-английски. It's not only about English, it's about every other language. When you have the verb to speak, говорить, after this you will have to add this по before the language. And like this, always you will have it. Я говорю по, and then the adjective without the last letter й. Английский, английские. Испанский, испанские. And here you will have я говорю по-английски, он говорит по-испански. Then the next one, French. For the nationality, француз, француженка, французы. When you are a woman, it's more complicated to speak Russian because, as you can see, sometimes the female version of the nationality can be really different. And here, even Russian people make a lot of mistakes when they're using female version of nationalities. So if you are French, if you are a woman, remember that your nationality will be француженка. Я француженка. And for the language, французский. Then, let's talk about German. The country is Germania. And you would think that the language, the nationality, the adjective should sound somehow similar. I don't want to disappoint you, but not in this case. For nationality, it'll be немец, немка, немцы. And for the language, it'll be немецкий, or for any other adjective. Немецкое, немецкая, немецкие. The next one, Italians. This one is easy. For the nationality, итальянец, итальянка, итальянцы. And the adjective, итальянский. Итальянский язык, итальянская еда. Then, how would we call US citizens? Американцы. Even though America is not a country, it's a continent, but we decided to use these common words for US citizens. Американцы. Like this, американец, американка, and американцы. The language obviously is английский, but if you need an adjective to describe, for example, culture, you will use американский. Американская культура. But here, obviously, if you are from a different country, but you live in the USA, if you are a US citizen, as we know, the USA, as Russia, is also a multinational country, here you will use your nationality. For example, if you are from Mexico, obviously, you will use your nationality, Mexican, which is in Russian, мексиканец. Мексиканец, мексиканка, мексиканцы. And the adjective мексиканский, мексиканская еда. And let's take one from Asia, Chinese. In Russian, it'll be again completely different word. The country is Китай. So, nationality китаец, китаянка, китайцы. And the adjective китайский. Of course, now let's talk about Russian, the main reason why we all are here. Russian, I don't know why we got lucky, but for the nationality, for the ethnicity group, and for the adjective, it's the same word. Русский. Русский, русская, русская, русские. So, я русская. Русские люди. Русская еда. But here we have more words that we need to know. The next word is российский. Probably you've heard it because that's the official name of our state. Российская Федерация. And like this, the word российский you will use to anything related to the state. Российская Федерация, российский флаг, российский гимн. And the last word that you need to know, and you probably also heard it, but you didn't know what it meant, that's the word россияне. Россиянин, россиянка, россияне. So that's a term for all citizens of Russia, regardless their ethnicity. As I said before, and as you probably know, Russia is a very multinational state. And obviously not all people are Russians here. Русские. Русские, that's an ethnic group of East Slavic people. So obviously, if you're talking about your citizenship, you are supposed to say я россиянин, я россиянка. But to be fair, not many people use it. So if you are from Russia, more often in colloquial Russian, you would use я русский, я русская. For example, I am always saying я русская, even though I'm not 100% Slavic, I'm not 100% Russian. And that's it. I hope now you won't confuse all these words and you will use all of them correctly. Unfortunately, I cannot give you all the nationalities or the adjectives from all the countries in the world, because if I make a video about all of them, it will take about 3 hours probably. So now write in the comments your nationality and the languages you speak. Don't forget about the rule that I gave you before. When you speak some language, it's always я говорю по. And the language, the adjective shorter than usual. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my channel and learn Russian with me.